Paddle versus toe-in. Strong takes on both sides. We've seen an evolution, right, in big wave surfing where it was toe-in, and then there's guys saying, well, no, we can paddle out on these. What is the limit? What can you physically paddle out on without the use of a jet ski? Mark?
Depends what kind of wave it is.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about apples and oranges if you're looking at Jaws on Maui and then Chopo in Tahiti. They're two totally different things in the nature of the way the wave breaks. We've surprised ourselves every year. I can honestly say some of the waves that I've been lucky enough to paddle into at Jaws, back when I was completely, thought I was 10 feet tall and bulletproof, if I would have looked at those photos of those waves, I wouldn't have thought that it was possible to paddle into them.
It's, it's funny, like, people ask that all the time, is that wave paddleable? Is that, is it possible to paddle into an 80-foot wave? Is it possible to paddle into a 100-foot wave? And everyone, like most people say no, it's not, but the truth is, it totally is super paddleable. You can paddle into a 100-foot wave at Jaws. You can, if it's there, you can paddle into a 100-foot wave at Belhar, no worries. You can paddle into a 100-foot wave at Cortez Bank, for sure, 100% is physically possible. Will you do it is totally different. I am not, hell no. But everyone has their mental limits. And physically, if an 80-foot wave comes in at Jaws and it's glassy, yeah, I could do it. I could paddle into that wave. I may not make it, but I can paddle into it. And I'm probably not gonna paddle into it, but it's physically, yeah, it's totally possible.
You're not necessarily gonna be able to paddle into an 80-foot wave at Jaws, but I think there's waves out there like Nazare in Portugal that will be paddleable at 80, 90, 100 foot, and definitely towable at those size. So for me, my focus is going to shift to new, different waves, to get taller. Not necessarily better waves, but just taller waves.
Greg?
I think the limitations are dictated, as Shane said, by the conditions and by your actual desire. That's, the bigger the wave, the consequences are heightened, and the more challenging it is to ride. So you really have to be, have to want to ride a wave that big. Could you paddle into an 80-foot wave at then there's certain waves that would actually allow it, like Cortez Bank. You could paddle into an 80-foot wave out there on a glassy day. It's a slopier, kind of, slower breaking wave. You could do it for sure. But Shane said, when you're looking at it, do you really want to do it? That's a different question.
If we're all looking at it, we will really want to do it.